Good afternoon, everybody. Let me start off, in case you didn't see yesterday's video. I've got a new mount, a new phone, so bear with me if the angle's a little off. This mount's a little closer to me, so might have to change things up a little bit. We'll see. Today's the first real shave video with it, so we'll see what happens. Next, let me get into a PSA. Yesterday I'm unpacking all my luggage, and I get to my shaving gear, and I've got my soaps in the middle of that green bag I had showed before I left. And I start reaching for those. And in the little side pouches inside, there were little spots to hold tools, you know, so you could stick straight up. Well, the mongoose was a little wet when I packed it up, so I kept it assembled with the blade in there. I undid it real quick, did a couple threads so it'd be a little loose. Well, as I reached in for a soap, I pulled out and I sliced the heck out of my finger. And see that right there? Took 30 minutes. Band-Aid didn't stop it. I had no pressure, towel on my chest, you know, above, pressing, 30 minutes. So PSA, take your blades out, or get a case for it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk to Jaime Cobos about trying to see if, even though he doesn't have the mongoose, I might have to loan it to him, but see if he can do it without loaning it to him, and then later on I'll loan it to him. But, so this video doesn't get too long. Let me also get into, probably tomorrow, I'm going to start my barrister and man battle, and just so you can see what's going to be on deck. I don't have the order set yet. Latha, Petrichor, the love-hate for a lot of people, Rome, Leviathan, Vetiver Santal, Ferox, Seville, and Diamond. So that's what's going to be coming up, probably starting tomorrow. I was going to use Diamond today, but I said, hey, I'm starting my battle with that. So that's that. On to today's shave. I'm using my baby again, my Micromatic Open Comb. I missed this for the last 2 weeks. My aftershaves, thanks to Nathan Howard again. I'm going to use the Ginger's Garden Pure Malt. And then a little while later, I'm going to go ahead and use the EDT. I'm going to take a Q-tip, Jaime Cobo suggested, and just kind of put a couple dots, do that type of a deal, kind of feel where I'm at. And then maybe tomorrow or in the future I'm going to use the original Pure Malt. But the rest of the day's shave.
I did this.
Good job, buddy.
But I'm doing everything I can do with it.
Yeah? You want me to show the people on camera? No? Okay. He drew on a car, a little art project. But today's soap, the Kilted Tiki. I really don't have, I think I got rid of all my Tiki soaps now, so I'm kind of excited to try this. It's been recommended to me, and I got it from Pete Scamoni. But, real quick, scent description. They use Scotch whiskey instead of water, but it is scented with a blend of fragrances and essential oils, including oak moss, juniper, fir, and a unique blend of whiskey-scented fragrances. So that's today. And then, last but not least, the new Brad Sear, one of a kind, mango, curly mango wood, and it's got his silver tip. Pouring the bloom water over. Alright, go to load. You can see this is good sized tub, huge brush. Should load pretty easy. Like I said, I haven't used Tiki much at all. Had some earlier versions. Just the scents just didn't work for me, but smelling this straight out of the tub, I can tell it's going to be a good one for me. But it's just nice to be home. I mentioned that yesterday. It's hot, but it's nice to be in my own bed, the own environment. The only problem is my body clock is 2 hours ahead right now still, so I was getting up at like 4, 4:30, 5. Finally, I just woke up early. But just nice to be home, nice to be around familiar surroundings. I miss Wisconsin, don't get me wrong, but miss my bed, miss my boys. I'm going to say that's plenty of load there. Should be. If I remember correctly, this is a 27 millimeter. Got a little soap in my wound. Trying not to get too much on there. too much aftershave and that kind of stuff, is what I meant to say. Yeah, I thought I learned the whole lesson about cutting myself when I cut myself on one of my safety razors, or one of my DEs, in the drying rack when I was reaching for another one. But and I've been good about that. But then, yeah, the travel one, I definitely need to get a case. See, this, these Brad Sear brushes, great solid construction, nice heft to them. This one is definitely very soft. It's his silver tip. I want to say it's 27 millimeter. Had a little funk to it, but not bad. I just did one lather with it last night, let the soap sit in it for 2 hours. So it's going to be a little hard to do a pure scent description of this soap as I shave with it, since in fact it does kind of smell a little bit like the brush. So I'm not really going to get too much into that today. It's more just going to be a nice enjoyable shave, being back home. Yeah, I will say this, like I said, in the tub, it smells fantastic. I could already tell it was a keeper scent wise. Like I said, the other few Tiki's I had tried wasn't, you know, they just weren't for me. They were nice scents, but they just weren't my cup of tea. And so a while ago I traded those for the Merkur Future. Excited to see more people getting into the SEs as well. I always like getting PMs from people or comments on my videos or my posts of people asking about them, blade recommendations, asking what razors I'd recommend for them. Honestly, I'll be having next few weeks. I'll probably be having some gear come available. Just got to kind of pare down a few things. Nice big old lather. Look at that. Probably should have dried my face because soap is already plenty hydrated. But I'm looking forward to doing another battle. I do have coming in today some wet shaving product soaps. Probably use those for my head shaves since I'm going to be doing the battle, because I want to still try them out. That way I can still try out some of my new stuff. But I really like these battles because, one, at least, you know, I've got some good feedback. It's informative to some people. But also for me, as a selfish reason too, it gets me through my soaps, but it also allows me to see which soaps I don't really want anymore, not because they're bad.
Dad,
yes?
I'm making this picture on the card for you, me, Matthew, and and Dad and Rocky and my mom. And Brandon and Grandma will.
Okay, buddy. Thank you, Christian.
That's what I'm making it for.
Thank you.
Because I love you.
I love you too, buddy. It's my little Christian, my 5-year-old. But yeah, it just allows me to know what I still like and what I don't like. Kind of work things through. I encourage everybody, even if you don't, do videos or whatever, but kind of go through your soaps. We get in the habit of, especially those that buy a lot of stuff. We just, a lot of stuff sits there. And one, you might find a soap that surprises you. Something that you didn't care for when you first got it, or you were just kind of like, oh, it's okay. But now here it is, 6 months later, whatever. You haven't reached for it in that whole time. And lo and behold, for some reason it hits you good, and you really like it. Or you may just come to the conclusion, hey, this isn't for me anymore. And you start trying to pare down, make some room for other stuff, or just, give somebody a good deal. If you're not going to use the soap, this is my opinion, and this is kind of what I'm starting to get to. If I'm not going to use it, then I might as well start getting rid of it and allowing other people to get some, hopefully some decent bargains. Plus it also opens up funds for me to get some stuff I've been wanting to get. Soap's performing very, very nicely. It's nice shaving with my more aggressive SE because the G-Bar does a great shave, but I found myself having to do a lot of touch-ups. So it's just nice to have this back. I will say this, during the trip, the mongoose and I, we got to know each other real well. And I'll say this, that it's giving this a run for its money. And those that are still following, just got word that the Cobra shipped to my house right now. No, I'm not buying it, but it's being loaned to me. And I'll get into that in another video when I get it. Figure I'm going to do some shaves with it. I'll also probably do some sort of a shave one side of the face with one, the other side with the other comparison. And I'm going to wait for my head for tomorrow. I was going to do a head shave today, but I'll use that WSP stuff. Actually, it might come in later today, so I might use it tonight. We'll see. Cold water rinse. So I'm going to pause this. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Just cold water rinse, kind of cleaned up a little bit. Here's this brush. Just want to show you. I haven't cleaned it out yet, but there's a lot of soap still in there. Fantastic. Go ahead and rinse it off. So just Tiki fantastic. I'm really, I never had any issues with the performance before. It was just a scent thing, so definitely this scent is fantastic for me, and I look forward to using it some more. I did pick up, while shaving with, the whiskey smell. Whiskey and oak moss were the two things I got. I really didn't pick up the fir. Once again, with a newer brush, a little harder to tell. But not that this stinks, but it still, still has a little bit of an odor to it. But once again, this brush, amazing. It's got a cool style to it. Felt really good in the hand. The way the bottom's rounded a little bit as well. Just perfect. Very, very soft. Still had a little bit of backbone to it. But onto the Pure Malt Aftershave, which I've used once before, like I said. If I can get it open. It's kind of hard to open something with one hand. Jeez. Try this. Okay, got it loose. Don't want to drink it. Heard some people, there's been a few people lately that I've seen talk about Ginger's Garden and how the aftershaves to them are a little sticky. Haven't really had that problem. It does dry a little, take a little longer to dry because of the consistency. But living in a dry climate, I don't really notice it too much. But one suggestion I would have is kind of like I just had there, leave some water on your face and then apply it, because then that should help dilute it a little bit. This is my theory, and I've heard somebody else say it as well. But to help dilute it, the aftershave a little bit. I nipped myself there when I was lined up for that touch-up. Wasn't paying attention to my angle. Just touched it before I even meant to shave. But yeah, it'll dilute the, put a little more water into it, and hopefully dilute it a little bit for you. Like I said, later on I will use the EDT and see how that goes. I'll probably put it on my wrist and just a couple other hot spots so I can smell it and see how long it kind of lasts. But that's everybody. Sorry for a little longer video. Just wanted to cover a few different things. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Bear Stearns Man, and I will go through the lineup starting tomorrow. So God bless everyone. I'm happy to be back. Thanks for bearing with me while I was gone, and we'll catch you guys later.